Standing 6'6", number 2. At power forward, standing 6'9", number 0. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Lakers!
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And a wonderful surprise for all of you tonight. We're sitting along courtside with legendary Kobe Bryant. Kobe, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the team.
You're still a fan, aren't you, even though you're retired?
100%.
Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all there. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Anthony out there with Chris, and it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Houston on D. Here's Kuzma. Kobe, a lot of guys would keep written notebooks on team styles, individual players. Some do it mentally. What did you do?
I used to do that too at the start, and then I started kind of looking at the lineage of coaches. I started figuring out that most of them come from the same coaching pedigree. Therefore, the defensive packages are pretty much the same.
So you studied coaches.
Well, yeah, because the defensive schematics are all the same. Like, if you look around now, how many Popovich disciples do you have?
A lot.
Right, so you're essentially playing against the same defensive strategy that you would see against a Popovich team. The same offensive philosophy that you see from a Popovich team. Right? So it's all consistent. It's all there.
The Rockets pull it in. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance. Felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Stolen by McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And it's James missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Chris can't hit. Lakers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Now here's Kuzma. Covered by Chris. Pass to Hart. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Over Anthony. LeBron, no good.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Harden, no good. Inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Capella kicks to Harden. And he gets it to go from the corner. Harden's got 6.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pumpkin.
From deep, James gets the three-pointer to fall. Kobe, you love to take over a game. You're scoring everything you did. Who are the players you faced, though, who held their own against you defensively, that were always something maybe that you really enjoyed playing because you knew they were so good defensively?
Tony Allen is my all-time favorite to go against. I love going against Tony
Monster,
Allen.
huh?
He was
Monster.
Well, he didn't ask for any help ever. It wasn't like, I'm going to send Kobe down here and come for the trap. He wasn't asking for help. He's like, no, me and you. No matter how many times I hit him, no matter how many times I scored him, he was still there every single time. And I loved competing against him. Raja Bell as well. I loved competing against Raja.
There were some battles with you and him when you played with Phoenix.
Yeah, because there was no back down.
Yes,
right?
none.
Eric Snow, Bruce Bowen, I liked a lot. He played the game differently. He tried to frustrate you and all these things. So I was fortunate enough to go up against some really top defenders. Kawhi, I didn't get a chance to see much because it was later in my career.
That'd have been a good matchup.
I would have loved it.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Ball against Paul. That's good from 17 feet away. Paul's got his first points of the night.
I think because Paul's had to play against bigger competition his whole life, he's become really good at scoring, even with the hand right in his face. He just has a way of being able to score against tough D.
Passes it to Kuzma. Ball against Paul, and taken away by Paul. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And, you know, the Beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard?
Free throw good from Harden.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And both free throws good for James Harden. Kobe, I can only imagine the hours you spent studying the legends who came before you, Michael Jordan, and probably other players as well.
Well, yeah, because you have to ask yourself the question is, why are these moves that are being executed working? Right. It's not good enough just to look at them and say, okay, they work. I'm going to go out and try to do the same thing. That's not good enough. You have to try to understand why they work. And in other situations, why didn't they work?
But I always thought, too, you put your special spin on it. You followed this roadmap, but then you took the exit ramp and then put your own spin, own feel on the move or play.
Well, yeah, because we both had different teams, right? He had a different cast of characters that he played with. He had a different role, a different responsibility than I had on my team. So I've had to kind of adjust those things in the timing of our games and when we attack and when we facilitate and all those other things. But you know, the basics of the game remain the same, whether it's myself, whether it's Michael, whether it's Jerry West, you know, those things are all consistent.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Houston.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
Now here's Kuzma. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Trailblazers in Portland. Harden outside. Capella sets a screen for Harden. Anthony in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Lakers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Harden outside. Stolen. Paul against Ball. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Lakers with some changes. Brandon Ingram comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in for Marquise Chris. And stolen by Gordon. Capella goes in.
Oh, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact, because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does, actually can hurt you.
First one falls for him. Kobe, when you think of that rough and tumble style of the Pistons and the Knicks in the 80s versus this more wide open style, which style do you appreciate more, and which style was more difficult to play?
Well, personally, I always wanted to play in the 80s because of the defensive rules, the illegal defense rules, where you have to play man-to-man. You can't come in and 2-9 in the paint. There's no zone defenses. You know, you have to go mano-a-mano. All right, if you're going to double team,
challenge.
Oh my gosh, come on now. You can't. People can't hide. Players can't hide. You know, it's a player out there that might not be a good defensive player or doesn't really want to play defense. He can hide. In the 80s, you can't do that.
No hiding.
No, there's no hiding. You're on an island.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Mike D'Antoni. David, what do you have to say?
Thanks, Kevin. He said, look, all they talked about before this game was defense. Going up against one of the best offensive teams in the league, he said, it's a challenge that we embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. No hero ball on offense either. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on them. It's never easy. Back to you.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to be the ones dictating the tempo and the pace. Keep the high-octane offense on the other side in check.
Clock at 4. Here's Hart. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Harden draws the double, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Lakers now. Lakers trail by 5. LeBron passes to Ingram. Down low. And finished off by LeBron.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Paul. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New Orleans. Pass to LeBron. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Kobe, in other sports, I mean, people always admired the mind of Peyton Manning playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, the way he thinks the game through. I compare you to that. Did you have that same kind of fascination in other sports with the great players that were similar to you in basketball?
Yeah, we used to get together. I remember the first time I met Peyton was at an Orlando Magic game, 99. He came in the locker room, and we were just getting started. So I was just asking questions about his process and stuff. And he started going to, like, mock cover 2 and and I was like, and he went on for like a good 5 minutes. When he was done, I said, Peyton, I don't understand anything you just said, right? But he spoke at a level of detail that was beyond fascinating.
You were impressed by that?
Yes, which then leads to more questions. You're like, Tom and I talk often about that stuff too, and how much we love the game, how much we love the process and the attention to every little detail. It's fun to be around, no matter the industry.
And the second free throw, good.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Gordon a screen. Bobbed up there for Green. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Lakers.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
Out of hand on it.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker, using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Knight wide open. Another miss by Houston.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
Oh, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. LeBron James, second. James Harden, third.
And really 2 terrific distributors. I mean, the first thing you look for in a teammate is the ability to get you the ball, and they both have that down to a T.
And the first one drops. Kobe, a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change.
Yeah.
Yet they still have the ailments.
That's generous.
But a lot of guys have ailments that linger on through their post-career. What kind of workout? We know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
I work out hard.
Do you?
Yeah, it's become a challenge to say, because most players, when they retire, say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight, right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to tax it. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did, because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies or some of these other things.
And looking like you did when you played.
Being in great shape.
Yeah.
So.
Rondo, no good. Rockets leading by 5. The pass to Green. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Beasley for 3. Here's Rondo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Brandon Knight.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Kobe, you're staying in shape even now. Isn't it sad sometimes to see how a lot of guys don't do that?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because you have
Very
a
hard.
purpose to training.
Yes.
And now you wake up, you're like, oh, what's my purpose for training? Like, what do I need to be doing this for? You know, I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And all of a sudden, those handles start creeping from the back to the front. And you're like, oh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's today.
My clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
My clothes don't fit.
Tomorrow should have been yesterday.
Now, here's the name. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. A shot by Knight, no good.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Kobe, you're so decorated in every way individually and as a teammate with the 5 championships. Of all the things, the all-star games, the all-defense, all the individual things you've accomplished, what is the one thing you might cherish? And you may have alluded to it with the championships, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but at the end of the day, is that the one thing above everything else that you covet?
No, the fact that I can look in the mirror and honestly say I gave everything to the game.
That was obvious.
But that's the thing, right? You don't want to feel like you've left anything on the table. There's no stone left unturned. I gave everything to the game that I possibly could. That, to me, is the biggest accomplishment.
What a feeling. The Rockets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
The first free throw is good. Lance Stevenson's checked in for the Lakers. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. Pass to Stevenson. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Green with a screen on Rondo. Passes it to Nene. Fades back. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Traps in the tray.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Knight. After Eric Gordon's miss, Knight kicks to Gordon. Hits the front of the rim and out. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the inside, Stevenson. And it's Stevenson finishing it off.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Gordon against Stevenson. Now Gordon. Nene with the screen on Stevenson. Gordon kicks to Knight. Over Rondo. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Lakers ahead, ending the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Ivica Zubac is out there with Beasley, and it's Stevenson in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. His drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. And here's Ennis following the three-pointer by Lance Stevenson. Ennis passes to Green. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And playing in Los Angeles, did you ever look into the crowd and just appreciate that platform and just think, wow, how can it get any better than Los Angeles and winning in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I used to, look on the sidelines when I first came out here. You see Jack Nicholson, all of these A-list celebrities and actors. The thing that I always found fascinating and interesting is that I would go and watch them on the screen. And here they're all watching me perform.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating because when we watch them on the screen performing, you understand that there's 1 take, there's 2 takes, there's 3 takes, right? There's prep that goes in. When they're watching us perform, there are no backsies, right? If I take a horrible shot, I can't say cut, take 2. you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so I took a lot of pride in trying to give them the best performance I possibly can, live and direct.
The first one falls. The Rockets making a switch here. Chris is checked in. Both free throws good from Green. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope. Beasley sets a screen for Caldwell Pope. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
Green passes to Nene. Back to Green. Lets the three fly. Bangs home the trifecta. Green's got 5.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
It's stolen by Ennis. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Nene kicks to Green. And they're unable to get the time basket there.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Zubac, that's good. And the Lakers lead by 5.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Now here's Ennis looking for his first basket still in this one. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
2 conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. Yeah, very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Now here's Ennis. Michael Beasley missing his last shot. Ennis passes to Green, and Tucker has it in the corner. Just 3 to shoot. Hands it from downtown. He has 5.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Now here's Rondo. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. The Lakers second.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Los Angeles leading by 4. On the wing, Stevenson. Shoots over Tucker. Stevenson can't hit.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
And the first one at the line is good.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Zubac. James comes in for Michael Beasley. Hart, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Lakers leading by 3. Here's Ball. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Harden. Now here's Tucker. He's guarded by Stevenson. And here's Tucker. He's got 5. Chris kicks to Harden. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
Hart the pass to James. Fires from 18. Misses off the left iron.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it, but you know what? He did. It happened.
Tucker can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. The Rockets trail. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Ingram, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Anthony's checked in for the Rockets. Pass to Chris. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And that one's good. Ingram. And the Lakers lead by 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time. Rockets trail by 5. Harden kicks to Anthony. Capella with a screen on Ingram. There's a screen by Chris. Harden, the shot, no good. And the Lakers take it the other way. Here's Hart, covered by Anthony. Hart the pass to McGee. Clock at 6. Houston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. From deep, Harden. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. We say that real fast, which basically means he's tireless. Even when he's carrying the whole offense, he's got great energy and stamina. Boy, you got to love that assist by Lebron.
Capella, the pass to Paul. Second shot opportunity. Ball with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Count it. Hart's got 8 points.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
And the Rockets with possession here after the basket by the Lakers. And here's Anthony from the arc. And another 3 for Houston.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
The pass to LeBron. Over Chris. And James with the basket on the assist by Ball. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Capella, the pass to Paul. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Chris Paul, very much one of the best and most talented point guards in the league. A really poised floor leader who always is talking and is really an excellent leader, too.
That one falls for Paul.
And no doubt Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And so Paul nails both of them. Lakers leading by 5. Ball kicks to Hart. Feeds to James. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one's on Anthony.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems ageless. He continues to dominate night in and night out.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
free throw drops for James. And both free throws good for LeBron.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Gordon against Ingram. And the layup is good. Ingram's got 8.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now here's Paul. He's got 7. Shoots over ball. And he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, the defender in position there and with a height advantage. The fade away was really his only choice, but still a tough shot.
Hart kicks to LeBron. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Paul left side. The dish to Hart. Pella inside, guarded by McGee. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Harden. To the middle, and stolen by LeBron. Here's Hart, guarded by Harden. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
JaVale McGee at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That's good from McGee. Both free throws good from McGee. Rockets trail by 11. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in.
And taking a look here at some numbers for LeBron James. Coming off a terrific season, putting in about 27 points a game, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Good on the second free throw. Rockets trail by 12. Paul passes to Capella. The 3 from Anthony. No good that time.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Wasted no time on that one.
You know, for such a young player, Kuzma has a tremendous amount of confidence and seems to be comfortable no matter where he is and what the circumstance is.
The Rockets with another miss.
Now, the defense was far from awful. However, he's still got to make these shots, in my opinion.
Scooped up. Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And at 6'9", with that wingspan of his, Ingram is constantly prowling for these dunks. He's an incredible athlete who finishes with ease near the hoop.
Now here's Gordon. Harden can't hit.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
I'd like to give a big thank you once again to Kobe Bryant for coming by, and feel free anytime to drop by and join our broadcast.
Thank you, man. It's been wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You know, Clark, thinking back on Kobe's legacy to the Lakers and how great of an impact he had in that team, very few players have that kind of relationship with the franchise.
And you know, Kevin, with free agency, it's getting more and more rare for a player to spend their entire career with one team as Kobe did with the Lakers. I have a special place in my heart for those kind of guys, a one franchise superstar. And not to begrudge guys for going elsewhere and playing for multiple teams, but it does certainly make it a little more special when you see guys the ilk of Kobe play with only one team.
And he makes the first. And the length and wingspan of Brandon Ingram gives him, Clark, so many advantages on the court.
Yeah, it's actually what GMs and coaches like to see. His reach and size comparable to guys like KD and Giannis. Bothers shots on defense, and he can actually get his shot whenever he wants to. Because of his length, his upside as a player on both ends, I think, is what's exciting for the Lakers. You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players. The front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. The Lakers have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Zubac. James Ennis, he'll check in for Houston. So he gets them both. Rockets trailed by 19. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Paul. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Paul against Rondo. He kicks it to Ingram. Over Ennis. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And it's 13 points for Brandon Ingram.
Ingram really graceful with the catch-and-shoot jumper. His lightning-quick release allows him to get off his shot in no time.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, that is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebounds as well. Get us some second chance at the basket. Just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been a clinic out there by James.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets. Over on the wings, it's Harden paired with Melo. Marquise Chris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Paul in at the point guard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ball's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's Paul. Capella kicks to Chris. There's a screen by Chris. Harden the pass to Anthony. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Anthony's got 8 points.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Offensive rebound. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And no doubt that the steal of the 2017 draft was Kyle Kuzma, taken 27th overall.
Hey, people get all hung up about where guys are drafted and how they end up playing either below or above their draft position. Hey, this thing is more art than science. We've seen it for decades. Guys fall, guys rise, and then production isn't commensurate with where they were drafted. Hey, more art than science. And Kuzma is a big-time baller. He just happened to be drafted later than he should have been.
Dribble drive has never gone out of style. Still a primary weapon when you think about some of the guys who are best at that. Who comes to mind, Clark?
Man, there are a lot of guys that convert off the bounce at a high level. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, one of the very best. I don't know if anybody has a handle as sweet as his. Harden is terrific off the dribble with the drive or the pull-up jump shot. Dennis Schroeder, maybe not of the ilk of those guys, but certainly a handful when he's got the ball in his hands with a live dribble.
Here's Chris. His 3-pointers off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
Chris can't hit.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, most figured Melo would go to the Rockets after the buyout trade to Atlanta last summer. He's playing for a coach he used to butt heads with in New York with Mike D'Antoni. Melo has some proving to do this year, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Anthony. As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Now here's James. He's got 14. Kuzma can't get it to go.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Chris Paul.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. The Lakers with LeBron wasted no time trying to surround him with free agent signings, Greg, to help round out the supporting cast.
Names came in rapid succession after LeBron committed. Caldwell Pope, Rondo, Stevenson all joined in short order. We'll see how far this team goes, but you cannot deny how interesting things have gotten with this roster. Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Anthony. And James pulls it down. James has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Here's Chris. Rebounded by the Lakers. McGee's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
And finished off by LeBron.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Wasn't the easiest of rookie years last season for Lonzo Ball. Came in with a lot of hype and high expectations. Yet, you've got to keep big picture in mind. Overall, a solid start to his career, and he showed why he is viewed as such a promising prospect. Can't give up on this kid yet.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Anthony. Capella with a screen on Ball. To the inside. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Kuzma. Here's Hart. Doesn't go for him. And Houston the other way now. And Clark, of course, with Ball, so much attention is paid to him because of all these outside distractions.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he came in with a huge amount of scrutiny. Played at UCLA from California, highly touted. Quite impressive that he handled himself the way he did with that kind of media scrutiny. He's got the ability, though, I think, to be an outstanding playmaker as he develops in this league.
And here is Paul following Lonzo Ball's 3. Green against LeBron. Another miss by Houston.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The putback, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Boy, you got to box him out or he takes off for these throwdown putbacks. Capella doing work on the glass.
Kuzma sets a screen. James kicks to Kuzma. Looking to end his cold spell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And, you know, it was clear early on that Kyle Kuzma is going to be a great scorer. He had no problem putting up big numbers in his rookie season. Many feel, and I'm with them, this is just the start. And he has plenty of upside in other areas of his game. This guy is all-star caliber in time.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Kuzma. And with Kuzma, he is so ahead of schedule as a scorer, Clark. He's had time to branch out this development.
Yeah, he's got a nice game offensively. Boy, he does a little bit of everything. Handles it, shoots it, can score with or without the ball. Even at the end of last season, I think he focused more on acting as a playmaker for others, which adds to his versatility. The sky's the limit for this guy, Kevin.
Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, may he rest in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer, but really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
And Clint Capella with a big pay raise this season.
Well, you forget just how young he is. I mean, this guy is just starting his career. His rookie contract concluded last season, and the Rockets willing to pay whatever they needed to keep him.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
The first one falls.
Boy, and Clint Capella, C-squared, a late first-round pick in 2014, viewed by most as a project, but the analytics community ranked him highly. No surprise then that the Rockets snapped him up and they got a steal. They love the analytics approach in Houston.
That one is no good. And Capella, a mobile, rim-running big man. The Rockets feel, Clark, he's the prototype center for their system.
Well, you think about it, Kevin. He's still in his early 20s. He's a starting center on a powerhouse team, and I think he's their third most important player.
Here's Green, following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Green with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Nice job coming off that screen. Tucker's got 8.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Beasley kicks the ball. Shot clock at 5. Wow, way off on that one.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
Inside, and finished off by LeBron.
Guys, when LeBron is scoring like this, as a defender, it's hard not to throw up your arms and say, I give up. Just so hard to slow him down.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And, you know, I think if you're a Lakers fan, you've got to be excited about this young core. I mean, had a fantastic draft in 2017 and got really good building block players in Ball, Kuzma, and Hart.
And the Lakers with some changes. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. And then for Houston, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. And Clark, to that 2017 draft group, you add Ingram. Great for this franchise.
And you consider the Lakers lost a pick last year and almost lost another one the year before, Kevin. I think they've done a good job finding talent late in the draft.
Me too. Now here's Knight. Nene, the screen. Down low. They kick it out to Green. Houston moving it around. Another miss by Houston.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Now here's Nene. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Excellent D there from Beasley.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now Nene. Michael Beasley missing on the three. Nene, the pass to Gordon. Nene with the screen on Rondo. Knight kicks to Nene. Yep, that one goes in there.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
And Beasley, here we go. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
You take a look at the Rockets offense, and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight, and it works for them.
Free throw drops in for Beasley. You talked about the Rockets' focus offensively. It's all on Harden and Chris Paul.
Yeah, they're the main shot creators for that offense. Everybody else better be happy spotting up, setting picks and rolling, and scoring in transition. The Beard and CP are going to have the ball in their hands most of the time.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. The Rockets shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Deep two from Anthony. He drains the quick shot.
Yes.
Anthony's got 12. Los Angeles leading by 23. Rondo kicks to Ingram. He dishes it to Stevenson. Pass to Rondo. Beasley with a screen on Green. Beasley with it. From deep, Stevenson. Rebounded by Anthony. Nene outside. Anthony's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Stolen by Nene. Gordon, the pass to Nene. Nene setting the pick for Anthony. Anthony missing again.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Brandon Ingram.
The former Blue Devil, Brandon Ingram, was taken second overall back in 2016, was deemed as untouchable by his front office as they rebuilt the roster. He's a big part of what the Lakers want to do over the next few years.
And that one misses. And it was Magic Johnson, Greg, who said Ingram is untouchable. Also feels Ingram can be an elite scorer.
Yeah, I mean, Ingram certainly has the makeup and skills to be a first option on offense. And when he heard of how highly Magic thought of him, it made Ingram want to work even harder. You can certainly see the huge leaps he's made as a scorer since Magic kind of gave him that vote of confidence. Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Anthony with the screen on Rondo. Now here's Ennis. Not a lot of room. Here's Anthony. The Rockets with another miss. Ingram with it. Now Green defending. And it's Stevenson missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The shot's good. Anthony's got 14 points.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 6 points for him. And Eric Gordon, top 3 in the league in three-pointers made the last 2 seasons running.
Yeah, he's done it 2 years in a row now, making over 200 triples in a season while coming off the bench. Impressive.
2 shots.
You know, we're over a year now into the Magic era of the Lakers front office, and Magic showed no hesitation shaking things up with trades, and I think he also did a solid job in the draft as well.
2.
And that one falls for Ingram. And this Lakers front office, I think almost every fan, Clark, would be pleased with the job they've done.
I agree. I mean, they didn't have a ton to work with and made the right moves. I mean, yeah, there were a couple of bumps along the way, but still ended up landing some outstanding free agents.
Paul's checked in for the Rockets. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job at the line this half.
There's a good screen. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Rondo with a clean look, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And, you know, he's proven to be capable at sinking that mid-range jump shot. Rondo has to be respected from that part of the floor.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ingram against Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Over Ingram. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Green.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the 3 ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
Stevenson kicks to Beasley. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Beasley's got 6. And for Houston, they're shooting terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%. And here we go, Rondo heading to the hoop, and it's good for 2.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than anybody's can, so that great ball movement and decision making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
Anthony, they get the rebound. That one drops for him. He has 5.
Nice to see Gordon use his touch down low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
Stevenson outside. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. No good from outside.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 5. Clock at 6. Passes to Paul. Over Rondo. And the shot falls short this time.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And so it's Los Angeles in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more in store for you right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. They got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Wagner out there with Lance Stevenson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And the basket by Stevenson. Stevenson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Los Angeles. Here's Hartenstein. The Lakers with the rebound.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Pass tonight. Here's Hartenstein. Carter Williams kicks tonight. There's the pick. Second chance shot. Another miss by Houston. The Lakers shooting about 42% so far. Mikhailuk. Lakers passing it around. Stevenson inside the three-point line. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Nene, the screen. Here's Knight. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Wagner. Caldwell-Pope outside. Some solid defense from Knight.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Here's Hartenstein, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Stevenson. They grabbed their own miss. Now the pass to Wagner. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. To the paint. Here's the screen. And Caldwell-Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, cashing in close. Caldwell-Pope showing you there. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Carter Williams. Nene, the screen. To the inside. The second chance effort. Knocked away.
And, you know, Kevin, this team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And it's time for an injury report. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Chris Paul's doing. David.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Rockets. He told me that in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious. A really discouraging development for this team at such an early point in the season. We'll see how they respond, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Hopefully we'll see him very soon. Wagner passes to Stevenson. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change club.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life, that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Zubac, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kills, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Here's Hartenstein, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for Los Angeles. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Gerald Green comes in for Carter Williams. On the wing, Green. And Green slams it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
Here's Knight. Oh,
goodness. Mercy, mercy me.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Here is Stevenson, 6 to shoot. Over Ennis.
And after getting off to such a good start offensively in that first half, haven't been quite as efficient here in the second.
They set the pick. Right side, Green. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Pulls up. It's rebounded by Houston. Tucker's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Ennis dishes to Knight. Over Ball. That one a little long.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Hartenstein. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 8 rebounds in this game.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Now here's Green. Kicks to Knight. It's intercepted. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Passes it to Stevenson. They set the pick. Pass to Wagner. Lakers passing it around. Just 5 to shoot. Shot to stop the drought. No good off the back of the rim. The Rockets shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. Ball against Knight. Now here's Ball. The Rockets pull it in. Hartenstein's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Tucker the pass to Green. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
Here's Wagner. Knight grabs the board. Rockets shooting 32% in the 4th, perhaps looking a bit tired. Green kicks to Knight. Green with a screen on Ball. Knight into the lane, and he banks in the layup.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Here's Wagner. There's the pass to Ball. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Wagner, good.
And Ball sets up his teammates when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Now here's Knight. Green with a screen on Ball. Using the screen. Green will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Hartenstein. Zubac's defending, and Green gets it to go.
Boy, good job firing the pass inside there. I mean, all his teammate had to do was catch and finish.
Pass the Ball. They set the screen. Here's Stevenson. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Green passes to Hartenstein. Green, the screen, dishes it to Knight. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And that one, good. 19 points for Lance Stevenson.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And guys, when you're going head-to-head against someone 4 times over the course of a season, it's a great feeling to snatch that first one. Good in-game adjustments tonight against Houston.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for LeBron.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
And Stevenson kicks the ball. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Wagner. Now here's Stevenson. Pass the ball. 4 on the clock. Shot off the pick. It's rebounded by Houston. Outside, Green. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, were you satisfied with the team's performance tonight?
We got a very good team, but in order for us to continue to improve, we have to go out and we have to defend, we have to play for one another, and we have to be selfless. You know, it's not about the individual, it's about the team, and if we all give in to what the team needs to do to be better, then we'll be okay.
It is a work in progress, LeBron. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.